Firstly, we have Steve putting pressure on Luigi on the corner. The block is here to stop any ground option. Then we got Luigi dodging everything and finding a kill, putting us in a last stock grand final reset situation. For the anniversary of the Emperor Showa, Japan celebrates every year a week of freedom and festivities. From the 29th of April to the 6th of May, 7 days to partake freely in any activities you want. What would you do?
You win!
意外と知らなかった。あーミスらなくなってきた。大王さんがミス。
With Kagaribi closing its door, we mark the end of the Golden Week. And more precisely, with Kowloon last weekend, this is the end of the Japan trip for our favorite players. We had upsets, we had results, drama that are not really ones, trash as Twitter takes. This was a pretty funny week for the Smash scene, and even for the FGC as a whole. And right now, I already feel a bit nostalgic. So let's try piece it up, this whole journey. And we start around February. Kagaribi was announced to take place during the Golden Week, plus the registration just opened on StarGG. From there, however, we were already kinda seeing the storm coming in. A lot of foreign players registered to the tourney. We started with Spargo, Light, Siski, and just a lot of names that you did not expect at the Japanese tournament. It was already an 8th year, and the Japanese players weren't even registered yet. So people start looking. This tournament is already the talk of the town, and fundraisers start popping to help sending players out there. Such a beautiful moment of solidarity in the community. I just hope it won't be ruined by Twitter.com. Anyway, we can start moving on to March 13th, and it's announced. Kagaribi will not be a premiere. Pack that shit up. Ain't nobody coming to that shit. Nah, it will be a super premiere. A brand new tier where this tournament stand on its own. Also, I was mad because it was not ultimate tier, but actually SP, like special, like Super Smash Bros. Special in Japanese. That's pretty smart. They got it low key. So it starts getting pretty clear. Whoever wins this tournament, he got it. Bro is just like that. However, in the meantime, we got winner of the Genesis that got assassinated, so that's tough. Banned from participating while he was in the run for top 1, that's unfortunate. But yeah, tournaments are happening and tension is being built up. And all of this leads us to April, one last tournament in NA, the Level Up Expo. So yeah, before the big NA invasion in Japan, we had the chance to see how Japanese player fares in the state. Are they good from state to state? What happens if they go to the States? Wise words. The Level Up Expo was kind of a mixed statement. We had heavy hitters like Shuton, Miya and Acola not making it into top 8, Raru losing against Light into Mkleo for top 8 qualifier, and even before that, at Battle of BC, we had Japan kind of crumbling at top 8 qualifier. However, and this is where the mixed statement come from, Doramigi put Bell to ass, beating Spargo in top 8 qualifier.
Oh man!
Kioraj, this game was funny as fuck. Zomba, and finally defeating Onin in grand final. But you get it, we saw Japan cracks, so they can bleed, so they can die. And it was the goal needed for the NA Avengers. So the invasion really starts around April 29th. Everybody is posting his arrived in Japan tweet. Hope you niggas are having fun. I guess that's cool. We also start seeing infographic for players like these. I found them really cool. I think they rock. And just the way that whole the community had eyes on this tournament was really hype. I sure hope Twitter don't trash on the game after it's all said and done. Anyway, the first tournament that kicked up our tourney is the Obai. I probably said it like I'm racist. I'm sorry. It's a classic Japanese national with some invaders around the corner. So we got international like Siski, Susu, Kendo to face Japanese players like Hiro, Motsunabe, Mark, and many more. It was an 8-year, so kinda stacked, and yeah, bail to us. We had almost a complete Japanese top 8. That's bad showing, low key. However, we had an international to break the mold, none other than Meister, tearing through the bracket and winning the whole thing winner's side. He was the smasher that could. The next big event of our Golden Week was the Cafeteria Cup, and hey, I covered that. Second step of Ine's invasion, a bit here with Aviator like Raflo doing the loser run of a lifetime, Renault putting a stop to that loser run while stalling on Leo in winner's final with Byleth, maybe one of the best clip of the whole trip. And finally, Mkleo's Joker looking clean, taking the whole tournament, beating Apollo Kage, Motsunabe, and Renault. We can also talk about Super Semi keeping his title of Mexican Killer, beating Leo 3-2 in round robin of the same tournament. I just say the title out loud, that's bad title, that's horrible. Those two tournaments kinda show a statement in the region rivalry. And it was proving that they can perform well in Japan and seemed capable enough of taking the main objective. However, as Kendrick said, go celebrate with your team and let victory vouch you. Just know the next gameplay, I might just slap the shit out you. Before a major tournament, we usually have a pre-major, usually a weekly happening in the region that manage to attract those getting ready for the major. So Miya, Glutonny, Leo, Crepe, Shadi, that was not the most stacked tournament we had so far, but it was the first where we had mini contender for top 8 spot for the Kagaribi. Oh, and also the whole thing was BO3. We got Gluto losing to Crepe, Steve in top 8 qualifier, so that didn't put me at ease. Mkleo, last NA player, defeating Krebs and Akio. He just got knocked out of winner finals by Miya. Waiting in loser, we got Akio for the run back. Japanese shell player, he already won against Andres FN, Shadik, and guaranteed top 3. So now, it's about who's gonna take it. Let's get it.
You need to do now.
I
but
need
it is
someone
taking the pre-local of Kagaribi 13.
It was a bit of a wake-up call. With the last few tournaments, we've been kinda sleeping on Miya, cause Miya when he plays in the US is like drunk. But here, that's a different beast. And more than that, you still gotta watch out for every Japanese top player. It would be unfortunate to like, I don't know, lose to Buzz Lightyear because you don't really ready for the Fox Brawler matchup. That's unfortunate, but anyway, we are May the 4th. Japanese and international players just finished the Smash Bootcamp. Now it's really just about giving it your best.
Welcome to Kagaribi 13.
Will certainly be placed in the history books
Well,
as one
yeah,
of the biggest
no.
and greatest
This
tournaments
is
in
it.
all of
This
Visuals
is the culmination, the peak of Smash Brothers Ultimate here in Japan.
This entire event series as a whole is unbelievable.
And that's a clean 3 wins against Raru, sent it back in losers earlier today.
Alright, yeah, so that happened. So I covered that, so you know the drill. All I can say is that Crepe could have like messed up this pitch like I've never seen before. But he did not. The tournament was what it is, and honestly I think it was actually great. One of the best weekends since a long time. So many new players, so many upsets. I'm really sad just that we didn't have a new Kagaribi champion, but definitely a fun watch. So we're here, end of the line. The Kowloon is probably already done by the time I post this video. However, the Smash discourse took an angle that we all predicted that shit. Alright, let's talk about it. The biggest tournament of Ultimate Lifetime was won by Acola, a Japanese Steve player we all know it. Of course, people had some opinion about the state of the game. A lot of comments were made out of frustration, just after seeing your favorite lose. Those make sense. I was mad when Gluto lost, I'm not gonna lie. What I cannot make sense of, however, is pointing fingers at your regional players that underperformed. You don't need to rub it in their face. They are conscious that they did not do as well as expected while being thrown out there by the community funds. That's just being mean for being mean. That just don't make sense to me. Second thing that I saw the most on my timeline, instead of people like posting their art, like everything cool about the tournament. No, I saw discourse about why we should ban Steve. Like, that shit is becoming tiring. It's 2025, and no, I'm not gonna say that Steve is a good character. Like, the design is horrible. I'm not gonna lie. But the downplay of the community for Steve players got to a point. I think it's just hate. It's straight up hate. And it doesn't really make sense to me because a lot of Steve players got secondaries with like major wins. I don't claim that Acola is like as hype and talented as Prime Leo or whatever, but you're not getting that far in the biggest tournament of all time while being carried. Like, those players know Steve, they would have hate him up. But this whole situation highlighted to me the toxic relationship that some of y'all have with this game, and I think we need to talk about it. We are May 2025, 6 years into Ultimate approximately, and no dev to take care of the game. Complaining doesn't matter no more. There is no patch not being made, no team working on something. If you complain about the state of Ultimate right now, that's just to get it out of your chest, or for the giggle, and that's fine. That's really fine. But really, there are just two options for you. Tough it up and partake in the community in a way that don't frustrate you and the people around you. Or leave, man. Leave. And I know. Why am I asking you to leave the community that you cherish for 6 years? Well, listen, what I'm obviously advising you is to enjoy the game and the community in a way that doesn't bring frustration to you. Some of you cannot keep 8 watching those tournaments, I'm sorry. And I can understand that you tap out of a top 8 because your 5 is out, that's normal. But I can understand you sad posting on twitter.com after the fact and then watching Kola next week. I'm just that. I'm screaming, it's late at night, But that's so frustrating, being done with the tournament of all time and seeing everybody highlighting the worst of it, the worst of the game. Hell, some people clearly don't know what they're talking about. Highlighting this clip as a proof of low level gameplay. Okay, so firstly, we have Steve putting pressure on Luigi on the corner. The block is here to stop any ground option. Then we got Luigi dodging everything and finding a kill, putting us in the last stock grand final reset situation. The Luigi is potentially on his last stock. There's so many things, like this, the tweet don't make no sense. Firstly, about the high level question. Well, yes, the Steve is doing the best option he has. So I think what he wanted to highlight is mainly that the character is being oppressive. He will probably use the term brain dead. If we're being real, this situation happened a lot in Ultimate. Fox, Cloud, that's just a way to put pressure on the opponent. Now, indeed, Steve do it significantly better. He has way better option than all the other characters of the cast. But you cannot criticize his gameplay while he's doing the right thing. That's my main problem with this tweet. Now you gotta blame the game. And now, like I said, if your statement is about the character being stupidly strong, why using the moment where he got punished using the brain dead option? Like, I hope you catch my drift. This clip is completely just Raru being exceptional, and seeing people using this as the poster child of why this final was bad just don't make sense. And it got me wondering, did you watch the finale live, or did you just get spoiled the result then watch the grand? Cause it make a whole difference about how you abort this whole game. Like, this game was not lame, this game was not slow. I was having the time of my life cheering for Raru, for sure. But just seeing him dodging everything and just seeing, I feel like I watched a boss battle. That's really what it is. When you see Steve, it's like you see someone fighting a boss battle. And that's low-key entertaining, I think. I really don't know. It seems like a lot of you have lost your whimsy to the Steve 8. And I mean, that's alright, the game is not as the same as it was before. But you're getting too comfortable with Acola. He probably beat your 5 with Aegis. And let's also not act like the other character was like honest, he was fighting Luigi. I know I sound like a foolish right now, I need to calm down. It's just that when the main topic post-tournament is complaining about a character that cannot be changed, downplaying the winner, shaming the losers, one of the hypest moments in the tournament being used in why the game is bad argument, and Axe account being used to promote like the tournament of the scum of the earth. Like that shit is annoying. I think that's just Twitter. I think that's my fault, low-key. Anyway, let's just end on the positive. It was so cool seeing all the player interactions in Japan. We also got the supernova that was announced, so kind of hype. Just hope Gluto would take that shit. But yeah, for our next news, Naked Steve. Let's talk about this. If you're tired of Ultimate, just take a break. That's normal. And stop doom posting on my timeline.
Okinawa shit, I came from the south side. You got a problem, we taking it outside. Niggas gon' front cause they looking for clout, fine, losing they principles, nigga, I'm bout mine. Okinawa shit, I came from the south side. You got a problem, we taking it outside. Niggas gon' front cause they looking for clout, fine, losing they principles, nigga, I'm bout mine.